board chair Dr. Michael Munzar. A hush fell over the HEXO, which had been cleared of tables and set up as an ad hoc meeting room. It was packed with investors, keen to meet the two brash 34-year-old entrepreneurs behind the company. A dozen staff and VPs loitered at the edges, pride and trepidation written all over their faces. Amid the exclusive atmosphere, they and the shareholders listened, rapt, as Sébastien, CEO and co-founder, expounded on the company's ballsy vision for the future like a seasoned politician rallying the troops. For this company, he told the mesmerized audience, it will be a case of today Quebec, tomorrow Canada, and then the world. Hydropothecary, later renamed HEXO, was in the midst of building a 250,000 square foot greenhouse and had just announced plans to add another 1 million square foot facility by the end of 2018. Overall, he told the gathering, the company would produce 108,000 kilograms of dried bud annually. Dazzling? Bold? Decisive? You bet. But anyone in the room who had followed Seb and Adam's trajectory over the previous few years couldn't have been surprised at the audacity of their plans. Having listed their company on the TSX Venture Exchange in March 2017, the two men were just 2 months shy of its 1-year anniversary on the public markets. That in itself isn't remarkable. Other companies went public that same day. But since that day, few have done what Adam and Sev have achieved. 5 years earlier, in a 175-square-foot basement office, the two brothers-in-law had embarked on a mission. They believed in it. They invested all of their money, as well as any that their friends, families, and banks were willing to send their way. They churned through paperwork, landed in debt, and turned to each other when doubt reared its head. They worked 20-hour days. They made mistakes, nearly lost it all, took leaps of faith, lived on their wives' incomes, and went without sleep. But that's the magic of business. It's the entrepreneurial spirit in its rawest form, a distillation of big, hairy, audacious goals coupled with chutzpah and pig-headed tenacity. Adam and Seb had that in spades. Within 5 years, they had turned their dreams, fueled by $35,000, followed by $1.13 million rounded up from friends and family, mostly in $10,000 and $15,000 increments, into something else altogether. They had, as Adam gleefully told Julie during his juggernaut drive in the blizzard, created a very big something out of almost nothing. Within 5 years, the two brothers-in-law had created a $1 billion, award-winning, take-no-prisoners Canadian cannabis company called HEXO. How did they do it? That's what comes next. Introduction. The Canadian cannabis industry moves fast. So fast, they say, it's like high-tech or the semiconductor industry, or even the fun money-making bits of the dot-com bubble. But like so many other things in life, they have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Where those industries evolved over time, driven by technological advances made in incremental steps, the Canadian cannabis industry has been a greyhound running flat out, ears back, right out of the gate. After all, this is an industry with a ready-made market. By the time the federal conservative government turned over the production of medical marijuana to licensed producers in 2013, cannabis had already been a thing in Canada for more than 100 years, whether it was legal or not. Before that, it was definitely a thing dating back to 2900 BC, when Chinese Emperor Fu Si raved about its medicinal properties. That may be an overstatement, but he was a fan. An estimated 7,024,000 Canadians will be cannabis consumers by 2021, says the Office of the Parliamentary Budget Officer. Thanks to the federal Liberal government's legalization of cannabis in 2018, it'll generate around $7.17 billion.